January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, and one Sioux Falls woman wants to spread awareness by sharing her personal cancer journey.
And in tonight's Eye on Keloland, Julia Lynn has her story, which includes traveling overseas in hopes of saving lives.
It's been kind of a long road of 20 years.
In 2004, Allie Hofer found out that she had an aggressive form of cervical cancer.
I had some, I guess you'd call it irregular bleeding. So outside of periods, I was bleeding after intercourse, which is an unusual symptom.
Doctors then determined she needed a radical hysterectomy rather quickly,
where they remove everything from your ovaries down. And then they do a little bit of a removal of your lymph nodes and the surrounding pelvic area just to make sure that nothing's spreading.
Following the hysterectomy, Hofer also went through 6 months of a cancer treatment that combined chemotherapy and radiation at the same time.
Mine grew really quickly. Typically, cervical cancer does not grow that quickly. Had I not pursued it, I would probably not be sitting here talking to you today.
Her daughter, Anna Langseth, was just turning 3 years old when Hofer was diagnosed.
She would kind of try to keep it on the down low of what was really going on, but eventually I did find out. And obviously that led to the conversations about the main event when I was 2.
Now 23 years old, Langseth says her mother's experience has influenced her to be an advocate for her own health care.
Being able to understand the gravity of going through cancer, it was really scary and makes me want to do everything I can to prevent having to go through that.
Part of that prevention is educating more people about HPV, a virus that is the cause of over 90% of cervical cancer cases. In 2006, the HPV vaccine was first introduced for young women, but now the vaccine is encouraged for both men and women.
When it first came out, there was a lot of hesitancy. There was concern, because I have the HPV vaccine, does that mean people think I'm sexually active? Or, what does this look like? And really, it's, I think, taken on the role of complete just vaccine prevention of disease.
Dr. Elizabeth Holtgren with Sanford Women's Health says cervical cancer is one of the few types of cancers that are preventable by getting a vaccine.
There's very few cancers that we can say that for. And so typically we start recommending vaccination around age 9, and it's recommended to age 45.
Now, as the vice president for Sanford Health's Good Samaritan Society, Hofer has made it her mission to spread more awareness about cervical cancer and women's health. In 2022, she even went to Ghana with Sanford to vaccinate 250 boys and girls to protect them from HPV.
Again, it's part of the healing, right? Is why me and what can I do to make a difference and to give back?
And Hofer says as a parent, she hopes other parents are informed about this highly preventable type of cancer.
I didn't want her to go through what I went through. I wouldn't want anybody to go through that, but most importantly, to try to protect your child. I mean, that's a pretty strong emotion that most parents can relate to, right? And if you have any way that you can do that, why wouldn't you do that?
With Eye on Keloland, I'm Julia Lynn.
And currently, Hofer undergoes annual screenings and even had a brush with cancer cells again in 2016, where she underwent surgery. But for now, she says she's feeling fine and says she is ready for whatever comes her way.